let's hit some news from the week, which includes an effort from the NCAA to outlaw prop bets. This is an effort that's actually already been successful in Ohio. It is an effort that in some states, as gambling has gone legal, is already saying we're not going to do this. It's been taken care of by the legislative bodies that are approving this legal sports wagering. So in a big statement where Charlie Baker, the NCAA president, says sports betting issues are on the rise across the country, with prop bets continuing to threaten the integrity and competition and leading to student athletes and professional athletes getting harassed. The NCAA has been working with states to deal with these threats, and many are responding by banning college prop bets. Of course, at the professional ranks, we've got the ongoing scandal with Raptors forward Jontay Porter. Tom, we like player props.
We do.
We do a special show on the morning of the national championship game every single year, laying out like a dozen player props each for the game. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Charlie Baker and the NCAA will be successful here?
I mean, so far you've seen a lot of not the NCAA, but you've seen a lot of athletic directors be successful in keeping their schools from being bet on at all in the states where they reside. Like, I can't bet on the Illini game against Iowa State tonight, at least not at a legal sports book. I don't know. You've recently had legal sports betting in North Carolina. Can you bet on the Tar Heels game?
Yes.
Well.
And when I was in Connecticut, up in the CBS Sports HQ studios, no UConn, no Yale.
Mm-hmm.
Thought the board was broken.
Yeah.
Where's the Huskies at?
It does get confusing sometimes because I will go look on an app and be like, all right, I'm going to bet. Oh, wait, that's right. This team plays in Illinois. I can't bet on them. But I don't know if they'll be successful, but I get it. Like, I understand where they're coming from. It's you can, like, I don't know, like, not even just the throwing the games part, or just because, I mean, again, you mentioned it. Jontay Porter in the NBA is currently under investigation for apparently, some whatever practices, maybe with some prop bets. I don't know if you heard about Shohei Ohtani, but I mean, it's like, this is something that is taking every sport. In soccer, Sandro Tonali, who now plays for Newcastle, is now being investigated again for betting on some bets he made in the legal sports book. Like, this is everywhere. So I don't blame the NCAA from trying to be proactive and taking this away, because it is one thing where you can, like, if you're a player and you're more vulnerable to it, both from a fixing standpoint and just from abuse from fans standpoint. Like, if I've got a prop bet tonight in one of the games, and if the kid doesn't match it, I'm going to send him angry DMs. You know what I'm saying? Just let him know that he failed me and let me down. I am.
I know Chuck Baker is a loyal follower of the Cover 3 podcast. Don't worry, Chuck Baker. You're not don't come at Tom Fornelli. He's not part of the problem. So there is the side of this, and for the Jontay Porter, my understanding is that in 2 different games, he just took himself out of the game.
Faked injuries. Yeah. But he was getting close to hitting the over on his prop. He faked injuries. Like, he had like an eye injury or something. And it's just, he's like, my eye, I got to leave.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So I had a stance on this for a while has been the regulation is what catches this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that when we catch this stuff, it shows the system is working. Mm-hmm. During the Alabama baseball scandal, granted, all of the details show everyone involved to be among the least intelligent human beings alive in the history of sports gambling. When somebody is yelling at the man on the other side of the counter saying, I've got inside information. This is a winner. Can I put all of my money on this college baseball game? But the irregularities are detected by the sports book because everything is above board. So that side of it, because Brad Underwood, Illinois head basketball coach, was asked about this at press availability yesterday. All the coaches at all the different Sweet 16 sites are being asked about it. Mostly, a lot of these coaches are saying, yes, I'd be great to be able to see player props leave the market.
They would love to have them all removed, period.
I do not follow with the integrity of the game, because the integrity of the game is always being checked. Like, that is what the entire market is doing. The harassment part is what I can actually follow the logic on.
But I will say, like, the law of unintended consequences, if you do ban it, like you're saying with the regulated market, it's not like we won't be able to bet on college player props anymore. You'll just find a different place to do it where it's not as regulated and it's harder to keep track of what's going on. As far as the harassment aspect to it, like, players are going to get harassed no matter what, whether
Sure.
it's betting, winning, losing, whatever. Like, it's the attitude of the fan, especially now in a terminally online world where social media allows you to connect with people in a way that you hadn't been before. And you can just go online and be an asshole for no reason other than you're just an asshole. Like, whether it's betting or anything, that's still going to be the case. So even if you remove the prop bets, these players are still going to be getting abused, whether it's in person or online. So to me, again, I understand where they're coming from. If it happens, it happens. I don't know if it'll change anything if they do. And in fact, like I said, with we talked about the unregulated part, it could make things a little bit worse, because we could also argue the reason all these guys are getting caught, and the reason this is a headline in the NBA, in the NFL, in soccer, and now in college basketball, is because of the regulation of the market.
And that's also where I come back to something that you said, which is look to Europe and look to just sort of the way that everything got leveled out a little bit. Are there still investigations into Tonali? Like, are there still scandals that pop up? Yes, but it is not. It has been checked enough that it is not as much of a, wild, wild west. It's not as much of a fury of people just rushing to the market. Like, yeah, there are. I mean, I know all of the wild European and Asian betting options thanks to the front of uniforms of soccer teams. 888 bet, like a X bet. Like I know
Chinese symbol I don't understand bet.
Right. And they're very out front, because people often talked about that too. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're getting, because you mentioned North Carolina. I mean, we've been getting flooded, like flooded with all the advertisement, and people look at it as though it's just like society is crumbling, and I'm telling you that it will calm down, things will level off, and I imagine that that with the college props, we'll hopefully get to a place like that too.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like, this is the thing. There's always something that's the downfall of our society. Like, I remember, I'm old enough to remember when heavy metal was going to destroy this country because it was going to lead to satanic rituals and kids killing people because Iron Maiden or whatever told them to. And it's like, then there was, like, gangsta rap is killing our children. It's going to blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, yeah. And right now, gambling is the pearl clutching thing because it's new and because it's introducing something that people aren't used to yet.